You know, as the soul moves about in its embodiment in flesh, there are three things that that soul should be mindful of in its journey. And those three things can be summed up in terms of: one, knowing thyself; two, balancing thyself; and three, preparing one's exit. Those three things: knowing thyself, balancing thyself, and preparing one's exit. I'll break those things down. If one moves forward in life, one will come into a situation, some may call it a traumatic situation, whether it's a divorce, whether it's the loss of a loved one, whether it is some trauma, whatever it is, some major sickness or illness, whatever it is. It is in that point in life where one simply comes to a point and stops and has to analyze and look deeper into one's life. The reality is one whereby most souls, most individuals do not take the time to really understand who they are and what they are. And because of this fact alone, most souls tend to wander through life haphazardly and not really knowing what it is to truly be grounded in self-knowledge. The thing that one must first understand is you are not your physical body. You are not this protoplasm. You are not the ego or the personality that you've created. You are not the outward manifestation of who you claim or who you think you are. The true nature of who you are is that you are a spiritual being, a soul having a physical experience on this earth plane. Now, what does that mean? What that means is that even though you are in a place where you may think that you're your body and you may think that you're your brain and all these physical components, when you get right down to the nitty-gritty and you go truly within, you will know and you will see that you are more than that. Most persons, they do not take the time to do any self-introspection, to examine their true nature. Most persons don't take the time to truly look within themselves. That is one of the reasons why I recommend meditation as a key component to knowing thyself. One of the things you'll find when you begin to meditate in the whole process of knowing yourself, you come to a place in your meditation where you truly lose the anchor with the body and the thoughts that you may think that you are. And what that will do is it takes you into another realm of perspective in terms of realizing that you are not what you think you are. And once you come to that realization that you are a soul having a physical experience, then you'll find that the journey takes on a whole different meaning, a whole different perspective. The second thing in terms of balancing thyself, once you come to that place of knowing that you are a soul having a physical experience on this 3-dimension or this 3rd-dimensional realm, you now need to come to a place where you can balance the physical and the spiritual aspect of your nature. You need to be able to not just simply live in the flesh aspect of self, but you need to be able to live in the spiritual or the soul aspect of self. And when you can bring these two parts in harmony, when you can bring these two parts into equilibrium, or balance as we call it in the esoteric. You'll find that moving through this thing called life becomes a whole lot easier. You'll find that moving through this thing called life becomes more substantive. It is something to be enjoyed. Most persons tend to focus on the hardships that come about through the life lessons that they have to learn. They tend not to focus on the greater picture and the rhyme and the reason why you are here as a soul in this embodiment that you are now in. Here it is. The balance is one whereby you have to bring all component parts of your being into harmony. And these component parts are your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your astral body, your pain body, and your causal body. All of these bodies dwell within you, because the reality is one whereby you are a multi-dimensional being. You are not just what is moving about on this earth plane, because the reality is one whereby you are an energy field, and the only reason you can see the physical protoplasm that you call the body is because that energy field is moving at a slow rate whereby it can be made dense and manifest and something tangible to be touched. Now, here it is. You would think that all of your energy should be placed on just simply living life, and you think that it should be placed on just examining the spiritual aspect. But the third thing that you should be focusing on is preparing your exit. And when I say preparing your exit, what I mean is embracing the fact and the realization that one day this physical body will run its full course or be damaged through the course of your decisions and just life itself. It must die. The body must die. Now, here it is. You as an individual can determine time of death based on your decisions. You as an individual can determine how long you will exist on this physical third dimensional realm. Now, in order to extend the time, there are different practices that you would have to carry out. And it boils right back down to balance. The less balanced you are as an individual, the less balanced you are as a soul, as a being, you will find that your life force, your life energy is shortened. It is depleted more quickly than those who are in a state of balance. To give you a working example of balance, here it is. Okay, if you are not at ease in your mental state, if you are not at ease in your mind, what you will find is you will develop diseases within the physical body. Most individuals think that diseases start in the body and then go into the mind, but the reality is one whereby the disease starts in the mind first and then it emanates and manifests in the physical body. So here it is. A body that is alkaline on the physical aspect, first and foremost, cannot be a host to any physical disease, whether that disease is diabetes, cancer, sickle cell. I don't care what the disease is. If the body, the physical body, is in an alkaline state, not acidic, I stress, if the body is in an alkaline state, which is a state of balance at about 7.5 thereabouts. But the reality is that physical body will be able to endure any attacks against it. Any disharmony that will cause disease will be able to be thwarted. So here it is, goes back to the place of balance. If your mind is not at ease, if your spirit, if your soul is troubled, you will see that that trouble will manifest into this physical realm. Most individuals are afraid to accept the fact that They are the creators of their reality. And the truth is, until one comes to a place to realize that you are the divine element at work in this three-dimensional reality, until you come to that place, you'll always be in a state of disequilibrium. You will always be in a place where balance will be off cue and off kilter. So here it is. If you focus on those three things, knowing thyself, balancing thyself, and preparing your exit. And when I say, I want to touch a little bit more on preparing your exit. Most people look at death as a negative thing. Most people look at death as a painful thing. And the reality is one whereby most individual souls tend to want to put death as something to place under a rug or hide behind a curtain, and they never truly come to a place whereby they accept the fact that one day they are going to transition from this physical body into the spiritual realm. Until you get to that place where you accept that fact, I'm not saying dwell on that fact. Accept it as a natural course of this reality that you are living. It is only when you die that you truly can live. And that is my message today to you from underneath the tree in the backyard. If you liked what you learned here today, just simply like and subscribe and hit the notify button, and we will be getting back to you later with another video. Enjoy the rest of your day, Inner Creed family. This is your man of business, Doc, saying peace, love, and blessings to you always. One love.